Welcome back to What Are Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 Premium SPG, known as Fifi La Pew Pew to most What Are Noobs members, but actually known as a leFhy or a leaf blower to those who are not. This one is on the southwest spawn of Westfield, under the command of pumicka. Now, pumicka's got 3 marks of excellence on his barrel. Yes, he's actually quite an accomplished player when it comes to the Fifi. In fact, actually, just recently, we've had another member, as you may have seen, Lansdorf, managed to get his 3rd mark on his Fifi. And pumicka thought, well, I'll send in a replay as well, so there's more than one of us. Now, I think that was a speculative shot based on the fact that the fence went down in that particular area. And he thought, oh, well, there must be somebody there to knock the fence over. He is actually firing some distance away from himself, so 2.8 seconds flight time for the shell means you have to put a certain amount of lead on, otherwise you don't hit the target. But that Stug 3 just got penetrated. That's 410 alpha from this gun, capable of penetrating through 53mm of armor. Rounds out on the KV1 and he hits him. You can see where it actually impacted on the driver's side. Rounds out again. The guy's being blocked by his Churchill and he won't appreciate that. He'll be particularly unhappy. Okay, rounds out in the other KV1 and another direct hit. Didn't see where that one went though. It did hit him. And oh, he's using heat rounds on the guy. You can see there's a heat round on the side. And he just lost 363 hit points from the shot. And then lost another 147 to a fire. Okay, he's still loaded with the heat rounds. I wouldn't do that if the target's moving at speed. Gotta wait until they stop. Okay, he's stopped now. But it's a difficult shot because he's firing over that house. So instead he's decided to go after the other KV1. Again, need to wait till he stops, that's right. And he gets another pen. 402 off this one. It's 350 alpha from the heat rounds. Rounds out again. And that one did nothing. That just hit the ground, unfortunately. He might try one more shot. No, he's decided not to. Best to load the HE now until you get sight of the target. There is another enemy KV1 in the game still. In fact, I think he's decided now he's going to fire towards the east because there's a leopard on the enemy team coming in. Now he thinks he's behind that little hill there, and I think that's a fairly good chance that he is. Did he just fire a heat round at that leopard? I think he did. I think he didn't realise which round he actually had loaded. That would be a very expensive speculative shot. Okay, there's the leopard. Stop for a moment. Oh, he's on fire. Okay, he's out of heat rounds now. I don't think he realised that he still had the heat loaded. And it's cost him a fair bit of money. Fair bit of credits. Oh, he hit the Churchill. And somebody else hit the Churchill immediately afterwards. I think that may have been the Bishop. Rounds out in the Churchill. Another hit, this time on the turret. That one went into the building to one side. Now the enemy the Churchill is stationary, but the KV1's moving about. I'm not sure if he actually hit the Churchill there or not. Didn't record any damage from that shot. Trying to get the KV1's very difficult. He is losing hit points, but not by much. And I think he's going to fix his tracks now, move away. We're down 2 tanks by the enemy at the moment. So we are losing this one. Need to try and get some more damage. Fires at the M10, just misses. Oh no, he's hit. He hit him. A blind hit. I was actually fooled. There's another Fifi on his team, and that guy missed. Okay, there's the M10. Another M10. Narrowly misses him. Justifier. Ramps out. And a hit. Oh, and he killed him. I think he set him alight because all of a sudden he just disappeared and then appeared as a wreck. So obviously we lost sight of him. And then he appeared as a wreck immediately afterwards. So he probably set him alight rather than blowing him up. We'll have to see at the end of the game if he actually did get a fire. He might have the arsonist. Well, there's only 3 left on their team and they're facing 6 enemies, including 3 Arty on the enemy team. And the first of the enemies turned up on the east side of the map. And he just killed our leopard. We've just fired around at the Chihi. Or Chinaka rather. It's the premium one. He's auto-aimed onto the M10. But the guy's moving quickly, so it might have been easier to manually aim. He's been hit by enemy Arty fire. Oh, he got a big hit there, but he was spotted and now he's taking fire. Okay, you can do this. Oh! Yep, that didn't work. Yeah, I think it was may have been a mistake to auto-aim onto the M10. When he got that close, it's easier to lead the target if he's moving quickly than to try and auto-aim. This guy is slowly losing hit points to the M10 and to enemy Arty fire. And there's the end of the game. It's a loss. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the second class tanker for pumicka2 in the 105 leFH18B2. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in this one. He got 11, and he also got a high caliber because he dealt the most damage in that game overall, and a lot of those shots where he did score the damage were with either penetrating shots from heat rounds or from actual ordinary HE. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, the highest damage was 2,356 hit points. The second highest damage was that M10 RBFM. 1,883 went to him. 1,444 went to the KV1 on the enemy team, so he was third. When it came to kills, it was actually shared between the KV222 on pumicka's team and also the M10 RBFM on the enemy team. Rayman, he managed 3 kills. 2 kills went to the Bishop on pumicka's team, and 2 kills went to the enemy Fifi. The Chinaka, the KV1s, so quite a few of them actually managed to get 2 kills apiece. And when it came to base XP, it's the enemy team comes out top. The M10 RBFM did 1,037, 696 went to the KV1, and 592 went to the Leopard. And we can see that pumicka was top on his team with 515, but I'm afraid he was beaten by at least all but 4 of the enemy team, so it's 5th place on XP. 26 shots fired, 10 direct hits on the enemy, 4 penetrations. Again, most of that done by heat rounds. 9 splash as well. 2,356 hit points of damage, of which 2,153 were at more than 300 meters. He received 3 hits from the enemy. All 3 were penetrations and 1 hit by way of splash damage from the enemy Arties. 7 enemy vehicles were damaged, 1 was killed, and 164 hit points of damage assistance. He earned 30,376 credits from the game, 25,820 from personal reserves, 4,050 for the Achievements Award. That's because he got a Battle Hero or an Epic Medal in a losing or drawn game. Total of 77,459 credits altogether, and after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables, and even though he fired premium rounds, he still came out on top with 33,700 credits. 515 XP, 304 for the Achievements Award, 492 for this being a premium vehicle, took away 1,721 experience points altogether. So a bit sad that this was a loss, but sometimes the rest of your team just almost give up or they get steamrolled over because there's just somebody on the other team's just so much better than them. And that M10 RBFM was obviously very, very good. And he was the one who, at least I'm thinking that he was the one who actually did the most damage. Yes, it's Rain Man, isn't it? That's the one who's doing the most damage on the enemy team. And I'm pretty sure, isn't he the one that was actually... No, it's not. It's oh, it is Rain Man. Yes, sorry, I'm wrong. It was Rain Man that killed Pumicka in the end. So, yes, unfortunate. Yes, it's surprising as well. He didn't get a Confederate out of that one. It might be that somebody else actually got the Confederate. We've got a Bruiser, Cool-Headed Duelist. I think... Oh, there's Pascucci's medal for the M10. He must have got both of the Arty. And I can't see any other Confederate. So maybe that wasn't 6 tanks that were destroyed by other teammates in the end. Very peculiar. Yes, maybe it should have been a Confederate. But anyway, that's the first game. Let's have a look at the second one. The second game is on the south spawn of Murovanka, and it's Mike1963_1. 2 FIFI games in a row after another FIFI game. Wow. Lots of FIFIs being played at the moment. It's a fun Arty to play actually, and people are getting good results with it. So if they do get a good game, it's worth putting up. It's one of the only 2 premium SPGs that you can actually get in the game at the moment. There was another premium SPG, but Wargaming took it out of the game altogether, which is a bit surprising. But we like to see premium SPGs because, of course, that can have some spectacular results on the enemy. Well, it looks like Mike's decided to fire into the Magic Forest. He's aiming in that direction and hoping the M5A1 Stuart that's gone in there will spot something for us. So what I always say is the best thing to do when you're pre-aiming is look ahead of where your teammates are, because they're the ones who are going to spot the enemy first, and they're going to transmit that information to you. So if you aim ahead of them, ahead of their path, you suddenly see the enemy appear, you can quickly dial in on them. Okay, T1 Heavy. Now, these don't react very well to Arty because they're so big and heavy, and of course, they're slow. So you got a hit on the T1 Heavy there, fire again, and he does, but he looks away. And that's a big no-no for me. You shouldn't look away, Mike. You have to look at the target because you need to know, did that shell hit the target or didn't it? And you can only tell that if there's no explosion. Rounds out. Yes, now. And a hit. Good. DW2's a good target to hit. He's decided to go with the OR Experimental again. He gets another hit. I'd still go for that DW2 because he's got very thin armor, and now he's selecting him, but unfortunately that was a little late. The other reason for going for the DW2, of course, is the fact that you want to hit as many of the enemy tanks as you can, because the more enemy tanks you hit, the more chance you've got of getting a Confederate. Grabs out. Note that one missed. And now we've lost sight of them. We need the KV-1 who's nearby to actually poke his head up and take a look. In the meantime, there's a AMX-40 Duck. It's been spotted in the village. We're dialing in. That's good. Grabs out. And he didn't stay to have a look. He might have hit that Duck and not realised it, and now he's missed out on the opportunity to get some more shots. Okay, he's going for the OI Experimental. Rounds out. Should hit. It did. Now you see, he knows that he hit him because there was no explosion from that round. We don't know if he hit the Duck. Rounds out in the DW2, and again, he doesn't stay to look. If you don't stay to look, you won't know if you've touched them or not. Now, I should say there are bots in this game, because I think this game is on the South American server. Rounds out in the Type 95. Didn't see where that shell went either. Yes, he's not staying to look at these shells, and that's not good. You must stay to have a look. Otherwise, how can you know if you hit the enemy or not? That one hit. No, that one didn't. Again, the spotting on this side of the map has been absolutely diabolical. Well, we're 2 down on the enemy at the moment, and the enemy's got bots. They do have some live players. The OI Experimental's live, the Team 1 Heavy is live, their Fifi is live, everybody else on their team is a bot, including that DW2. Didn't hit him the second time, but he did get him the first. That's a bot. Line him up. That's it. Rounds out. Looks good. Yes! Kill shot. And a pen. Okay, DW2 is still there. Remember, that's a bot. Go for it. Rounds out. Just landed short. RNG said no on this occasion, but go for it again. Rounds out. That hits. And it looks like there was some movement there because there was explosions on the ground nearby. Yep, so I think the DW2 moved forward. The AMX-40 is a bot on the move. He anticipated he'd move forward. DW2 is in retreat. Can he get this guy? He fired before he was ready because he thought the AMX-40 was going to go through the frame. Close. Go for it again. That's better. 55. Still going to have to do a few more hits like that to win. Oh, yes! I think that one hit the engine bay, actually. So I think that's why he died. We're 2 down on the enemy now. But there's only 4 left on our team. So we're being pushed back slowly towards our own cap area. And the enemy's closing in. He's saying, okay, now win this. Okay, Team 1 Heavy on the move. Yes, nice hit. 73, tracked him. Go for it again. Keep pumping those shells in. Rounds out. Another hit. Just keep hitting him. Yep, that's tracked him. He's picking up damage assist for tracking him. And again. He's being pecked to death, that Team 1 Heavy. And a kill shot. T1 Heavies are really vulnerable to Arty fire. Okay, well, we've lost sight of the enemy, but the good news is that during that encounter, Mike now has 20% of the enemy hit pool, so he might have a high caliber, and we've equaled the scores, so there's now 4 left on the enemy team, 4 in ours. In fact, the enemy team has less hit points than Mike does, than our team does, rather. Mike's decided to move closer to the enemy. Oh, enemy Arty fire. No, I don't think that was directed at us. I think that was the enemy Arty fire with our heavies. Landed short. Come on, you can do it. Rounds out. Oh, so close. He's running out of HE now. He might have to start firing the heat rounds. He's not giving enough lead on the target. Okay. Valentine 2. If he gets a hit, I'd say use the heat rounds. 6 rounds of HE left. Rounds out. That's better. Now switch the heat and blast him away. Oh, he's lost sight of him. And the tree went down, which indicated the Valentine moved straight forward. we did lose one tank during that period, and now the enemy, well, the AMX-40's been spotted. We're dialing in. He's only got 4 rounds of HE, but he gets a hit for 86. He's still moving though. Line him up. Rounds out. Good hit. 118. KV1's coming in. Rounds out. And another hit. And we're getting damage assist, so we tracked him. Kill shot. Rounds out. Oh, so close to getting that one. So Mike's got 3 kills already. He's the lead scorer on his team. Trying to get the AMX-40 as he moves away, and hit the building instead. He's now firing heat rounds. They're very expensive, and you have to hit the target to make them work. You can't just get a near miss and hope that it works. These shells have to impact on the tank to take them out. Now, talking about bot games, I actually heard some interesting news from an experienced player who plays many bot games, and he said that if you do enter a game which actually has bots in it, and all the enemy tanks are bots as well, so all the enemy tanks remaining, stay in the battle, because if you leave the battle, then Wargaming automatically counts it as a draw. But if you don't leave the battle, then your bots will continue to fight for you and try to win, and you might actually get a win. There goes the AMX-40, which now means there's only 2 enemies left, the Valentine and their Fifi. So it's 3 against 2. The M8A1 on our team is a bot, but the KV1 is not, so we do have a good chance of actually winning this. Now, it's very likely the enemy Arty is going to be in the A row, somewhere around about A3 or A4 maybe. He could be over in the bushes at A6. He said he's going to find the Arty. He is running short on shells. He's only got 9 rounds of heat now, and he's found the enemy Fifi, and he's not even reacting to Mike. So go ahead, Mike, finish him off with heat rounds. Well, don't know if that actually hit, but the guy's not moving. Oh, he is moving now. He's actually turned to face Mike. Rounds out. Oh, yes, brutal. Penetrated and wiped out with 1 round. And that means now the enemy Valentine is the last one alive. He's a bot. And yeah, I think the KV1 was very happy about that one. He said yes. And Mike's just said cap. Very good. He might still get the kill on that Valentine, but he's going to park himself behind the hut. Or is it in the bushes? I would go and park myself behind the enemy Arty, actually, because he's a wreck now, and he might as well serve some useful purpose. Seven heat rounds is more than enough to take out the Valentine if he does come back. And he has come back! Okay, Mike's going to have to change position, but he can do it. Okay, so the KV1's facing off against the bot, who's still got most of his health, but we know he's going to come down to that end if he stays there, but he's turned around. Is he trying to run away? He's backing up. Go for it, Mike. Rounds out. Oh, yes, he tracked him. And there's the kill shot that wins the game by the KV1. Well, the 2-minute warning sounded just as we came out the game, but that was quite exciting towards the end. It was an ace tanker game for Mike1963_1 in the 105 leFH18B2. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 11. And he got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly, as well as a high caliber for dealing the most damage in that game overall. A very good game, a solid game towards the end. He wasn't staying to look at the shells. That's the only thing I can really fault him on. You need to watch what happens to those shells before switching over to a new target, because otherwise you're missing information you really do need when it comes to actually prosecuting and killing those enemy tanks towards the end of the game. So let's have a look at team score. Highest damage, 2,368. No one else was near him. Look at that. The best the enemy Arty could do was 953, but he was actually in third place because the KV1 managed 990. So well done to the KV1. But 2,368, that's a phenomenal score. That's why it's an ace tanker game. And also, when it came to kills, he's got the highest number of those with 4. 3 kills went to the KV1, 2 kills to the Type 95 on his own team, the DW2 on the enemy team, and their Type 95 as well. And when it came to base XP, yes, he's got that one. So he's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,138 went to Mike, 740 went to the KV1, and 423 went to the Panzerkampfwagen 38 Nur Art. Okay, let's have a look at detail. 44 shots fired, 22 direct hits on the enemy and 2 penetrations. So he had 6 rounds left at the end of the game. Yes, the KV1 took the kill, but I'm pretty sure Mike could have killed that Valentine given it enough time. And I think they had plenty of time left. He also got 22 splash on the enemy as well, 2,368 hit points, of which 1,819 were at more than 300 meters. So some damage was done at close range. 1 enemy vehicle spotted, 7 enemy vehicles damaged, 4 killed, 657 hit points of damage assistance. He earned 52 capture points while he was sitting in the cap, and 38,742 credits for the game, 50,000 for completing a mission, 21,120 for resupply of ammunition, and it's all those heat rounds. He still ended up with 86,993 credits profit. 1,138 XP times 2 for the first victory, 683 for this being a premium vehicle, took away 4,097 experience points altogether. He says, too much light work. Well, I can tell you a little secret. Mike has actually been playing games just before he goes to work in the morning. And so that's why he's getting bots, you see, because not everyone's on the server at the same time. But he played this game and he didn't quite think that obviously it would turn out to be a game like this, an ace tanker game. But yes, he certainly got very wrapped up in it. And towards the end, he made exactly the right decision as well to drive towards the enemy area, to get near the cap and try and get that enemy Arty. And when he took that guy out with one... Well, it took more than 1 round to kill him, but we took him out with a penetrating shot from a heat round. Very, very satisfying indeed, because that guy could have actually dealt Mike some serious problems, but he didn't. In the end, he won, and Mike gets the ace. So I hope you enjoyed those replays. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and he does like his munchies. And thank you for watching.